What's up, everybody? Renfail here, back again with another Baldur's Gate 3 guide, and today we're focused on surprise attacks, or surprising the enemy, which if you've never played Dungeons & Dragons before might sound like a strange concept, but in 5th edition D&D there is this feature whereby if you can catch a mob by surprise, I think this is in Pathfinder as well, Starfinder, if you surprise your target, you get basically a free round of attacks against them, and they can't react, they can't do anything against you. So your objective, anytime you can possibly make it happen, is to surprise the enemy so that you get the upper hand and you get a free round of attacks against them, which allows you to do a whole lot of damage and basically lay down any sort of strategic choke points and chokeholds that you might need to and have the upper hand in those early stages of the fight. It's really good, especially against large encounters or big boss mobs where you know it's going to be a bit of a rough fight. But you're not always going to have the upper hand. You're not always going to know when there's a combat encounter coming up. But in this case, we do. We've done this before, so we know that there's a fight just around the corner. So this is the perfect chance to show you what surprise attack looks like and how to surprise the mob. Now, if you haven't ever watched one of my videos before, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update as we continue to push out content around Baldur's Gate 3, live stream the game, prep for Starfield, Phantom Liberty, all sorts of fun stuff that's coming in the pipeline. Don't forget to check out the podcasts, movie reviews, the TV show reviews, and everything else we do here on the channel. Don't forget the Discord. Without further ado, let's go ahead and work on some surprising the enemy here. So there's a couple of things to think about before you sneak up on an enemy. One is whether or not you want to sneak up with the whole party. And in some cases that might be a good idea because you might want to position your whole party in the entrance to an area and have everybody there at the same time. But in other cases you might want to do it just by yourself, and that's when you aren't quite sure what's around the corner and you want to use your sneaky character to sort of scout out ahead. So to make that happen, it's very simple. You can hit the C button to drop yourself into stealth. You can do Shift C to do your whole party into stealth. And over here on the left hand side, you'll notice that same thing here. If I can get this without panning. Toggle group hide is right here. You can also use this button. Now, do you want to do it alone or do you want to do it with your group? That's a simple matter of just separating them out with the G key, also over here on the left hand side. I'm in this case going to separate them out. I'm going to pick my main character and I'm going to go into sneak accordingly. And I'm going to bring him down over here.
Never wanted the easy path.
Alright, so we have positioned ourselves behind this guy now. And if we look around, we've got a couple of guys down there. We've got the Quilena character roaming around. And if I sit right here, you'll notice eventually she'll come up in her line of sight. Well, here she comes. So watch the red here. The red is what we don't want to get into. We don't want to get into any of the red because the red is someone's field of view. And we don't want to get into field of view because that'll prompt a stealth check or a hide check, and that'll ruin our opportunity to sneak attack or do any sort of surprise attack at all. Now, one of the things you have to be a little bit careful of with the rogue is if you're going to surprise a mob, occasionally your sneak attack might do enough damage that it takes out the mob in one hit. Like in this case, he has 18 hit points. If I rolled a big enough sneak attack, I might not surprise him. But let's see what happens when I do it this way and see whether or not I can get a sneak attack on him. In this case, I did, and it prompted a surprise round. So it's the enemy surprised, which means everyone down here is also surprised if you hover over them. And so that means I essentially now get a free round of attacks. Now, there's one thing you need to note here is because we separated my rogue out, he's in combat, but if you look at the rest of my party, they are not. So if I also want them to be involved in this, I'll bring them down.
Blades, always sharp.
So let's take a look at this, what this looks like. Now she's joined the battle, but you notice that she had to roll an initiative roll. If I do the same
so might as well
with Gale and Lae'zel. And now they're in the fight as well. And I can join them back together and do it like that. Now in this way,
Let me recite their demise.
I'll show you really quick. I get another attack immediately because we are still in the surprise round, right? Now I don't have advantage against him anymore, but that's okay. We're going to do this. Okay, and now what I want to do is probably run away.
These boots have seen everything.
And hide.
Softer than a whisper.
Now we're going to end my turn. They're all going to cycle through because they're surprised. And now I get to move again, right? Now we come down here and do something like this. Sneak attack ranged. Go back into hiding. But now they get to move, right? Now the reason it only prompted the single, the sneak attack, and only I was able to do a full round before they came is because the rest of my party was not actively engaged in combat. So how do you make everybody in your party get a surprise round and not just your main character? Well, that involves moving your whole party up at the same time. So let's take a look at what that looks like. What's up, everybody? Quick commercial break here to give it a shout out to our guild champions, who are the highest tier memberships here on YouTube. Ancient Entity, Assassin Gamer 94, Bubbleonia Rising, Crazy's Relative, Mujin, and Remedy. Thanks so much for the highest tier membership. And thanks to all of the members who support the channel, because you keep me doing this full time. You too can become a supporter if you're new here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Join as a member. There's 3 different tiers. We do lots of special stuff, private polls, private videos. You get a shout out if you're the highest tier membership, but you can also do one-off donations in the form of super chats on any live stream or premiere you see, and of course super thanks on any upload or YouTube short. Whatever you can contribute, it's great. Keeps me on the air full time, keeps the cats fed, keeps the homestead running. Anyway, back to the video, everybody. So what do you do to get your whole party in to the surprise round? Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to get the whole party up in this area without getting seen. Now again, paying attention to the red because that'll get you caught. We're going to hunker down and wait for that mage over there to path away. Now we're all in here. Now there's a couple of things when you do a surprise attack like this. If you can get it to where it triggers everybody at the same time, that's awesome, but sometimes you'll still do a little bit of manual finessing. What does that look like? Well, I'll show you what that looks like here real quick. So we're going to hit this sneak attack, like so. We have surprised, but you'll notice that still only my main character is locked in combat. And that's because it only triggered for him. So it's really easy to get everybody involved. You're looking for this icon over here. So here's Shadowheart. We're going to go have her drop a... We'll do it right here. We're just going to get these two with a little bit of a... This is a quick and easy fight. When you get surprised, it's quick and easy. Now let's get Gale in. So we're going to bring Gale over here. And we're going to hit that mage with a firebolt. Alright, let's also get Lae'zel. She can do a ranged attack. Okay, that was a crit hit. She's down. I'll go back to my main character. And I get my other attack here. Okay, now I end my turn. He's surprised. He's able to turn around and do something here. But we still get plenty of time to take him out. And that's how you very quickly and easily wipe out a whole encounter by using your surprise attack and that extra round of attacks you get so that no one else can do anything until you've had your way with them. Sneak attack is an extremely powerful tool in your toolbox, and as often as possible, if you can use it, you should. I like to use the manual method, which is taking my rogue ahead of the group, or whoever is going to be the person prompting that sneak attack. It could be Lae'zel even. The key is moving them out ahead and just doing an attack against an unsuspecting mob and surprising them. Once you do that, you get a full round of attacks. They don't get to do any actions or reactions, and you can go in there and you might not be able to wipe out the whole encounter like we just did right there, but you might be able to at least knock out 3 or 4 of the mobs before they get a chance to get on top of you or take out a huge chunk of the boss mob's help. Health, I should say. So hopefully you found this guide useful. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update as we continue to play Baldur's Gate 3, prep for Starfield, and all the other things that we're doing. Don't forget to check out all the other playlists, join the Discord, support if you can. See everybody in the next video. Peace!